and this is a special little PSA from the Glitter Budget Gals about recent events that have been going on. Just been feeling very just frustrated and angry and
Disgusted.
sad, disgusted about a lot of things that have been going on, and I feel like been coming to a head for a long time, and I don't think we can stay quiet about it anymore.
No, it's taken me a few days to process this. Um, and quite frankly, like the things that I've seen, the excuses that I've seen, um, I'm just overall disgusted and hurt, and I'm fucking over it, just like everybody else is.
Yeah,
I'm sick of hearing the fucking excuses of, well, if you don't resist, or if you just listen to the cops the first time, or rioting isn't going to fix anything, or is just really shitty fucking excuses for what has happened. And
yeah, and
it's just like when you do an apology and it's followed with a but.
it's just white privilege at its finest, honestly. Like, it's this has been an issue for people of color for hundreds of years, and it's not like it's getting any worse, it's just getting filmed. That was a quote from Will Smith, which I thought was really powerful and very true. This isn't new stuff that's been going on, it's just the fact that more people are being made aware of it because everyone has, um, we have a fucking video camera in our pocket and we have the internet that can make things go viral. So, with all of these tools at our disposal to bring these things to light, something has to be done about it. There's systemic racism in place, and it's been going on for so long.
It's systemic racism and systemic abuse of power.
Yes.
Um, and everything that has happened. And I'm just going to use this as an example. I mean, obviously, like the protests and equal rights movements in
Mhm.
50s, 60s, 70s, and then fast forward to the early 90s with the Rodney King beatings. I feel like what happened to George Floyd is right there with it. I mean, obviously, there's been so many things that have happened to others, but this has been the most blatant caught on film where this was just this you just witnessed a murder. That's
Yeah.
exactly what that is. Um, it's just, but the abuse of power that has been happening, and the amount of times that we've rioted over it, and the amount of times that we have protested over it, nothing has been changed. Very little, if at all, has been changed to assure that this is not going to continue to happen.
Yeah, and the fact that the people that have done the wrong are getting, if they get any kind of punishment, it's like a slap on the wrist. And how is that justice at all for what's being done? And it's just absolutely disgusting. So it's understandable that there's riots going on. Like, people have tried to peacefully protest and try other means of getting a change in place, and it's proved fruitless at this point. So that's why these riots are
Yeah.
going on.
And it's not only has it proved fruitless, but the message is never heard.
Yeah.
The message is literally never heard. So, when they took a knee, you're disrespecting our military,
Hmm.
and the NFL needs to ban it. And that's not what the message was at all. So instead of having the conversation on why they're kneeling, which some people did, they try to have that conversation,
Hmm.
it was squashed every single time to be twisted in such a way that it fuels others' agendas.
Yeah.
The Black Lives Matter movement, again, same thing where, well, this is just bullshit, and they're their own hate group, and they're blocking intersections, and this is just not right, and they shouldn't be doing this. So that was squashed. And again, like, very little conversation happened as to why they were protesting the way that they were. Um, so, every single time that they try to have their voices heard, and every single time that they have brought up their injustices that are legitimate, it has just been twisted to fit somebody else's agenda as to why it shouldn't be addressed. And it's fucking bullshit, and it needs to stop. What happened to George Floyd? No, but what happened to him is, everyone's like, oh, well, he shouldn't have resisted arrest. He shouldn't have resisted arrest, which is debatable of how much he even resisted.
Hmm.
But the facts are, you had 3 to 4 police officers standing there You had a man who was taken down, whether he was resisting or not. You took him down to the ground to be able, I would think, to safely cuff him and put him in the car. So you started with apprehending him, you started with getting him on the ground so he could be cuffed, and then you made the choice to put your knee on the back of his neck and hold it until he died. Your other police officers that were working with you, your partners, made the choice to stand there and watch that happen when they had the choice to cuff him and put him in the back of a car safely. You made that choice.
Mhm.
You made the choice to kill another human being.
Yeah.
There is no fucking debate about it. Hence riots. And typically when I see a riot, and I still do kind of question it, because it's unsettling. It's very unsettling, and I think that there are unfortunate people who are getting hurt that shouldn't be.
Yeah. But
But I understand it.
yeah, like there's I read an article that essentially is answering why people would say like, well, why riot? And it's, they've tried all the other options to get a change. This is the only one. This is one of the few options left. And then on top of that, like, you don't know, like, not everyone's going to react to anger the same way. Um, some people will still try fighting the battle in other ways, which is fine. We encourage fighting that war in whatever way you can. But some people will choose to riot. And unfortunately, with rioting becomes a mob mentality,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of um, people that can get hurt because of that. And people that go to these riots, they kind of go there knowing, some people know what the outcome could happen. They could end up getting hurt. They could end up getting killed. Um, we do obviously, like, senseless destruction of life is sad, no matter what the circumstance. But it's understandable why the riots are happening. I understand Target getting destroyed because it has insurance. It's going to bounce back. It doesn't matter. And there's going to be people that are rioting for the sake of rioting. They want nothing to do with the cause. They don't want to help the cause at all. But you're going to find people that are going to jump on that kind of bandwagon in any circumstance, and that's unfortunate, but it happens. But with oh god, I'm like not as articulate. I don't form my thoughts very well. I'm
It's
sorry.
fine. No, I think that one of the other things though that's pissing me off about the riots is again they're choosing to discuss that
Mhm.
over what happened.
Yeah.
So now you're having people that are rioting for a very specific reason that is, like you said, that has been building up, and this is not the first time that this has happened. This is the umpteenth time this has happened. But now you're choosing to discuss why the riots are wrong and that this isn't helping anything and what are you doing and you're so disgusting and how could you? So again, like you're taking two things and you're separating them when they go together.
Yeah.
So now like the actual issue once again is not being discussed.
Mhm.
Um and like just this goes to say as well like we absolutely do not think that all police are like that all police abuse power, that all police are racist. And once again, like abuse of power goes across all races,
Mhm.
but particularly race fueled.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's the issue. And I think unless real change happens from within police departments, from within political parties, and like actual policy changes, we're not going to see a change.
Mhm.
But I'm also sick and tired of people having excuses for watching another human being be murdered.
Yeah. Like there there is, and maybe it's like the empath in me, but like it crushes me anytime to see any kind of like shit like that. I can't. And it's so senseless and it's heartbreaking and it keeps happening like almost weekly. It's unacceptable. Fuck that. I don't know.
That was something we just decided before, we would do our typical episode is that we would say our piece about it. And again, this is not something that is up for debate for us. Um, to something that we just wanted to put out just to share our feelings and our thoughts behind it. This is, like I said, this is not a debate piece. This is not, I want to discuss this with you. This is one of those situations where this is how we feel about it. And I'm not going to discuss how I feel about it with you to try to change my mind.
Yeah, this isn't not the time nor the place. It's this is it. Like it something's got to give. Everything's come to a head. Something needs to change because we can't keep losing black lives like this.
No. Well, guys, we'll end with, say your piece, speak up, but also be kind to each other.
Mhm.
Like, please just be kind to each other. And, if you see something and an injustice that isn't right, like, again, speak up and say something and step in.
No. Just do something because if you sit by and do nothing, it's essentially agreeing with it. And I, I know I didn't really like say a lot, mostly because Jess is far more articulate than I am with this kind of stuff.
Sometimes.
She was able to articulate everything that we feel just a lot better because my brain lags severely. But just know that this is how we feel. Like she said, it's not up for debate. Don't come at us with any kind of shit because, quite honestly, fuck you. And with that, reiterate, please be kind to one another. If you do see anything, like she said, injustices, do your part to bring a stop to it. And we'll see you next time.